Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. If you are watching the recorded version, thanks for tuning in. Last meeting of the school year, it flew by. We have a few things to go over, some exciting upcoming events, including some year-end events, and Dr. Christensen will go over the improvement plan and we'll do a little Q&A. So yeah, let's get started.
Sure. First of all, for those of you watching, I want to apologize that the link isn't working. That a lot of you maybe tried to join online and that there isn't more of you here. That must have been something that I did that was an error, so I apologize. If you have questions after watching this for me, feel free to email and I'll get right back to you. Or if you want to call and have a conversation, I'm okay with that too. So today, I always have to share our school improvement plan twice a year. And so this is the end of the year sharing. And so I'm going to share my screen here. And let's see. All right. We good? We can see it?
Looks good.
All right. So I've gone back. I shared what our goals were for the beginning of the year and our action plans. This is going to be just a recap of where we are and how we've been doing. We do know that the school improvement plan will probably change because we have a different strategic plan. And I don't know if you know that the district creates a strategic plan and they have these action steps for the strategic plan. Then the buildings have to tie to those strategic goals. And so that's why you see we have 4 goals this year. Next year, I don't know what that's going to look like, although I kind of do because I'm on the district committee that's been kind of overseeing all the data and input sent from parents and students and staff members, all the different people involved with West Des Moines Community Schools. So I kind of know where we're going. And I don't think some of the big things we're going to do are going to change, but I do think we're going to be a little more narrowed in what we're working on. These are the goals we have for right now. So the first goal is around the action plan of post-secondary learning, that students are ready for post-secondary learning. And so our goal is that 95% of the students have an A, B, or C. That means they're developing proficiency, or they're proficient, or they're above proficiency. So a grade of a D or an F would mean you're not developing, you didn't get done what you need to do. 95% is a goal. We had 90% was our goal last year. We were above that, so we want to meet 95%. I looked it up, and we're only at 77% right now. I'm not concerned about that at all, because the way that we work, if we have students that aren't doing well, we have lots of different days. We'll have a win day. We'll have some encore interventions. We're going to start this resilience booster where we're going to really start to get after and make sure students have completed everything they need to complete. And we'll set goals for them to, I might have a C, but I want to get to a B. So they'll have some opportunities to retake. That percentage is going to go up. I don't want you to worry about that at all. One of the things that is highly connected to our students doing well on the ISASP test that they're taking right now is the IXL work that we do. You can see that we have hit 2 million questions answered, which is awesome. And you can see how much time and how many skills we've mastered. And this is really pretty directly related to the ISASP test for math, for English, and for science. And science is the last test that we will take tomorrow. Only 8th graders will take it, but it is a test over 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science, but only 8th graders take it. I'm really proud of the kids for answering over 2 million questions. We can see that there's a direct correlation between them understanding the standard, how they assess, and how they're doing in class by the work they do in IXL. And I know some of them complain about it, and a lot of them like it. It just is what it is. It's our way of making sure students know what they're supposed to know after we've taught it. Our other big plan is all around literacy. So this is the 3rd year we've been doing CER writing. That's claim, evidence, and reasoning. And sometimes we'll do a CER-ER, which just means it's 2 paragraphs, or CER, which might mean it's 3 with an introduction and a conclusion. So they have to read, have a claim, they provide evidence directly from what they've been reading, and then they have to provide the reasoning for why that evidence connects to their claim. And this has had a really huge direct correlation to their writing on ISASP. And the teachers in the high school can say, I can tell they went to Indian Hills because they're able to write in this manner. The other big thing we've kicked off, we learned about it last year. We've introduced it this year, which is teaching students skills for reading nonfiction. And it's a notice and note is the name of the title. That's actually the title, Reading Nonfiction, Notice and Note. We have been starting to implement the 3 big questions while students read. And we are doing what's called signposts, which have other anchor questions and teach students specific reading skills. So we have all of them have done at least one lesson, and we're going to try to implement it into all lessons by next year. What we're noticing is during COVID, we started just giving students information instead of having them read and give us the information. So we're turning the tables back around. You have to be able to read, use evidence, and think. So the reading, nonfiction, connects directly to the CER writing. And we're seeing really nice goals with that. So I just want you to know that's what we've been doing all year. Our second goal is around attendance. Our goal is 85%. I think we're at 82% right now. Hopefully we'll increase that and maybe catch that goal. It is a hard goal for schools to meet right now. We have tried so many different things, and there's lots of reasons why. Sometimes we have students that have families originally from other countries, and they'll go there for a month or two. That hurts us. We have some students still struggling to come back from COVID, believe it or not. And we're struggling with having students be here 90% of the time. But you can see that we're right about where we were last year. I think we're at 82%, so we're right about where we were last year. And if you can see off to the side, we're still doing better than a lot of other places. And we're still directly trying to make sure certain subgroups feel that they belong here and want to show up. And that's why this year's professional development to help students feel better in the classroom is a book we're reading called Trauma Sensitive Classroom. So we have read and had professional development on all but 2 chapters. And we're going to cover those 2 chapters on Wednesday and then on Friday. And then we'll implement even more of the research-based strategies. One thing I want you to know is that we have already implemented a lot of them. And so that's been a celebration for us to see that we have a predictable classroom, the way we respond to kids, the PBIS system that we have, the way that students know that they all have an adult here in the building. There's a lot of things that we're doing that students feel comfortable in our building. We're still struggling to get students to come to school for lots of different reasons. And that's frustrating for us because we can't teach students that aren't here. Our third goal is our getting students ready for life, which was really about teaching behavior. And so that's where our PBIS, positive behaviors, interventions, and supports comes into place. Our goal is that 95% of all students will have 2 or fewer major office referrals. So we have a minor system where they just get a little, but we have a major system where you come to the office. 95% is in line with research. For the last 5 years, we've been right on. I think right now we're 97%. So we're easily making this goal. That's good. That says we have a good school environment. Students aren't misbehaving doing major things wrong. And the minors, we've identified 5 minors. And whenever we have students that have gotten 2 minors in a week, we have something called Minor Monday. And they come down to talk to a principal or a counselor. And we talk about how they're going to do better the next week and we don't see them come back to us the next week. That's good. We also implemented something called Tardy Tuesday. You probably heard your students talking about the tardy parties that they've had and the rewards that they've gotten for being to class on time. Um, so you can see right now we're at 97%, last year 96.83, the year before 94.9. So you can see we're outperforming what the research says. We're happy about that. It means we're doing the right things. This slide gives you the different things that we do. So PBIS has 3 tiers. Tier 1 is what all kids get. Tier 2 is what we're doing with small groups, the same thing, but with a small group. And tier 3 is what we're doing individually. We purposefully work on this. Every Wednesday, we have student support services by team. And we look at our early warning system, which is something that's developed by the state in a program called Panorama. And we can see behavior, we can see attendance, and we can see grades. And then we also have some students who are a little behind in reading or math or behavior, and we're progress monitoring their behavior to see that they're improving. And so every student that needs it is getting an intervention that's helping them improve in whatever area, reading, math, behavior that they might need. Our final goal is around culture, and this is our belonging goal. And this year, this has been a second year of this goal, but the first year that we've really gotten specific with a few things. So the trauma sensitive classroom connects to the belonging goal. In Tiger Time, and if you listen to the Monday message that I do, you know the topics that we're talking about with students around this topic. So we teach all of their expectations around PBIS. We've been teaching students their zone of regulation. Where am I at, and what tools do I have to get myself back into the green so that I can be ready to learn? You could even use this at home. Second step has some really good social emotional learning lessons. And then we also have some outside of second step. So that's why it's 2 different bullets. And then we're also teaching executive functioning, which is the routine of how we do things every day. And so what happens in class, they know what's going to happen at the beginning of class, the second part of class, how we're going to end class, what our expectation is in the hallway, how we're going to organize all of our stuff so that we don't lose it, using technology and using paper. The new thing that we've done this year is student focus groups. So I have a randomly selected 7th grade group and a randomly selected 8th grade group, and I ask them questions like, who is your adult in the building? And then they tell me who that is, and I say why, and they tell me why. Where is the part where in the building do you feel like you are most seen and heard? Like they see you, they hear you, you feel like they know who you are. And overwhelmingly they've said Tiger Time. And then I say, what in Tiger Time makes you feel that way? And they say, we like to work in circles, or we like that we're meeting somebody new and we're able to talk about some different topics and really explore them. And I feel like I'm really listened to and I'm valued. The students were very clear with they love when they enter a classroom that the teacher recognizes them, says hello to them, checks in with them. They don't like when a teacher doesn't say anything to them and just tells them to sit down and get going. They want that relationship, and that's what we want. I mean, we want to meet students at the door. We want to be checking in with them, but the students were pretty clear, like they like that. And I think the teachers need to hear that their effort doesn't go unnoticed. So there were some other key learnings from the student focus group, and now we've taken the themes and we're looking at some things that some definite things we're going to do differently next year. I'm taking it through BLT, then I'll go back to the student focus groups and say, for example, we start every class period with bell work. What they would like is they come in before the bell rings, they start their bell work, the bell rings, they finish their bell work. They'd like us to take a second to do a 30-second to 1 minute social emotional learning check-in with them, and then do the bell work, go over what they did on the bell work, then get into the main lesson for the day. And I think we can do that. They've said that they want it, and they just need to kind of, after coming through the halls, and be ready to go to class. And so, I mean, I think that we can do that. We have brain breaks, we have all kinds of different strategies that we can use. And then this year we had our first student voice symposium that was at Stillwell last month. I think we had 20 to 30 kids from Indian Hills went, lots of cool sessions that happened. And I think that just makes them feel better in the district about belonging to the district. So I mean, I don't know how long I took, but that's like the down and dirty of what we've been doing this year. And even kind of tells you where we're going next year. Do you have any questions just on that front? Maybe I didn't explain something very well. Any questions?
I love the focus groups. It's not a question, but I love the focus groups. I think that's great. I think it's good to tap into the individuals right now. It's more important now, it seems like, more than ever. Love that.
And it's been cool because I've even have some students that are new to the country and they're using Google Translate and they're answering questions with other students. And I just think we've tried to make sure that we've gotten voice from lots of different groups. So it was random, but it was also purposeful in randomly selecting students from different groups. It was good to listen to them talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anybody else with a question? All right. I know I sent you a list of different topics. So Tiffany, I'll let you kind of lead us through, and Mr. Sinram's here. So if we need him to give us input on anything, I can see he's ready to go.
Okay, well, we have just some upcoming events and some just different housekeeping items, but the Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week is coming up May 6th through 10th. That's a fun week. We bring different like lunches one day, breakfast one day, treats one day. So that's fun to show our appreciation. And Ashley, who is the 7th grade chair here, Thorson, she has created a forum to be more interactive. And I think it's a really I think it's fun to have feedback from all of the staff, which we've had a pretty big response on. Ashley, I should have let you talk about this. But to collect those items and collect the favorite things from the teachers. Go ahead, Ashley.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, we've had great turnout. I mean, I think over 50 responses have come in. So basically it was just a survey of for teachers, staff, really anyone at the building, asking things about like, what's your favorite drink? What's your favorite treats? What's your favorite restaurant? What's your favorite store? What's your birthday? Things like that. So we have some of that information now, and I think we're probably pretty close to being able to push that out via a link in the announcement so that families can look at it, decide if they want to buy anything off of that, or just know more about their kid's teacher during Teacher Appreciation Week, but also throughout the year. So for those of us who are 7th grade parents, you'll have that data then for next year if you want to do something back to school or school supply that they've asked for or say that they need in their classroom. So that'll be coming soon.
That is a really good response rate. I'm not sure they would respond as well to me. How excited are they about teacher appreciation?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need it. They need it.
Yeah.
There might be a sign up genius that I might send out for plates and napkins and that kind of thing. But the CPI, the parent group, you know, we plan this in our budget every year to take care of the teachers and make them feel special. And again, not only the teachers, but the staff, just to show our appreciation and how they're building our future leaders. So there's that. And that is May 6th through 10th, I think I said. Also, the 8th grade party is coming up. So that is a really fun time. That's when all the 8th graders go out in the afternoon. There is an obstacle course race situation fun thing to do. We have treats of some sort and a DJ, and it's really fun for all the 8th graders for their party. I'll need a few volunteers for that. We also have let's see, the staff recognition celebration is a separate item, but that's on May 8th, and that's where we are going to honor, we have, I think, 6 honorees from Indian Hills this year, which are retirees and 5-year anniversaries. So that's exciting. Then we have some parent socials coming up. Ashley, do you want to talk about the parent socials?
Definitely. Yeah. So we have 2 more yet this year. Our next one is Wednesday, April 24th. So coming right up, 9:30 a.m. at the Starbucks in Clive, same location that we had the first coffee social in the fall. Again, super informal, drop in, come as you can. We just kind of sit, chat, meet new people, catch up with other people that we already know. So that's the next one. Then the 4th and final will be on May 14th at 5:30 at Panera Bread in Urbandale on 86th Street. And we had a great suggestion to open that particular event up to incoming 7th grade parents. So we've invited 6th grade parents from our 4 elementaries that feed into Indian Hills to join us as well. So we'd love to have current Indian Hills parents come to try to help give a warm welcome, answer questions in an informal setting. Again, it's come and go as your schedule allows. So we hope to see you there.
And then May 27th, a reminder, Memorial Day, no school that day. And then we have just another save the date. There's an open house at the Tech Education Wing at Valley Southwoods on May 21st at 4:30. You'll be able to see more of that in the district communication. And then last, for the 2024-25 slate, the CPI, it's Committee for Parent Involvement. It's such a fun opportunity. It's a way to get involved in the school, and we do have we can put you to work if you want to be really involved. We have a spot for you, a place for you. If you want to be a little bit involved, we have a spot for you and place for you. It's a great experience. It's my favorite volunteer position I've had in the district, and I have no boundaries, so I've had a lot. So it's great working with Dr. Christensen and Mr. Sinram. But if you are interested, if anybody watching this is interested in being part of the slate and being involved in the CPI, please reach out to the CPI email or Ashley. The CPI email is indianhillscpi@gmail.com. But reach out to us, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. And it's been a pleasure. So this is my last parent body meeting. It's been great. Love the school and loved working with all you guys. So yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah,
I wondered
thank
if
you.
Mr.
Thank you to all of you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead,
I wondered if
Ashley.
Mr. Finran wanted to give a little update, or Dr. Christensen, on Career Day.
Oh, did I miss that? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I can do it. I think we had a pretty a really good turnout. We had probably more speakers than we've had in the past by a few. We always are looking for feedback and tweaks from students and our staff. What was interesting this year is that Shane and I had a meeting at the LRC the next day, and Shane Scott, the director of secondary curriculum, was talking about a certain organization that he actually is the president of that scores career connectivity to schools. And he was actually bringing up how he'd like to see us like kind of double down on that and improve those scores, especially with our new career center at Valley Southwoods that is going to serve 912. And just several opportunities to kind of get more cohesive. So we're going to follow up with him on June 3rd. What I envision moving forward is it to be a similar format with speakers, but also some connectivity with curriculum moving forward with his presence here. One good feedback I got from a staff member was, I love Career Day, but I hate the rest of the day, because we kind of sandwich the classes and we have them small. So I think really we're going to devote a true day next year, a Wednesday, a shortened day, to career exploration, and speakers in person, maybe some virtual activities, and make it more of a true pause, and a true day's focus. But a lot of good speakers, a lot of response. I think it was, the support that I get from CPI with reaching out to people is big. And so, yeah, I think it went pretty well.
I think it might have been the smoothest we've had. You just keep getting better, Mr. Sinram.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you just make little tweaks. We make little tweaks and try to make it a little bit better next time.
Yep.
So
What is the official name of that tech ed building connected to Southwoods? What are people calling that officially?
I don't know if it has a name, Dr. C, does it? CTE building is what I've been calling it.
Yeah, me too.
CTE building? Okay.
I don't know that I'm sure it's going to end up with a name.
Yeah.
I like the career. I don't know what they're going to end up
I mean, if you keep rocking as president of this class, it might be the Tiffany Barlow.
I think so. I think so. / Mid-American Center, right?
Yes. That's what we need is some corporate sponsorship.
I'm working on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Anything else? Thanks for highlighting that, Ashley. I didn't mean to jump over Career Day. I know there were a lot of efforts into that. And I always hear such great things about that day. Anything else anybody missed or questions or?
Oh, I didn't want to jump over you. Thanking you, Tiffany. You've done a great job this year and we're really appreciative of your leadership. You do a lot.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
The understatement of the year. So
yeah, no boundaries. It's a character flaw. Yeah. No, but this is great. And this is, like Dr. Sinram said, it's nice to be on this CPI because it's not time consuming and it's fun, and it's just kind of, you guys do such a great job and I love how you run the school, which makes this so much easier and fun to do. So this is all exciting to be a part of, and it's my favorite volunteer position. I was thinking maybe I could still be on the chair even though I had a 9th grader, hold her back a year, I mean, why not?
Well, we could create a past president.
Hands-on past president.
Right. I think one of the neatest things that we've done is, we just saw a need that on these all-day professional development, that if we can feed teachers before we have that full day, it goes a long way. And so I was able to reach out to Tiffany and say, hey, can we serve breakfast? And I'm like, something simple. That there have been some fun breakfasts that have happened, and the laughing that's been going on between the staff, talk about belonging, and then also between the parents and the staff while it's going on. It's been fun. So we're going to keep doing that if somebody's willing.
I've had a few teachers reach out to me personally, thanking me that I didn't even know, and then I think we got one last week in the CPI email too. So it's nice to hear. It's my pleasure to do it, but or our pleasure to do it, but it's also nice to hear. So I know the appreciation is there, which makes it easy.
So thank you to each of you for stepping up and doing your role. And I do hope that you felt like it wasn't too much. And I hope that others seeing this will see that we're not asking for a lot of time, just something small amount of time at different times during the year. And I hope that you'll find that you have fun while you're doing it. So thank you, everybody, for being involved in CPI this year. And those of you that weren't able to get in, you see this video, I'll send it out later today. If you have questions for Mr. Sinram or myself, feel free to email us.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for everybody on the slate. Have a good summer.
Bye.